Okay, so guys, try number 2 did work out, and we are in the lobby here, or well, not in the lobby, but in the game. Execration versus Burster here. Execration having that 1 game advantage in the 2 game series. We are of course HeflaTV, I'm Couchor, and I'm gonna be joined by our leader, our only fearless leader, Heflamoke.
Yo.
Man, that yo was just so sad.
Why was it sad?
It just was like, I hate being here,
Well, you are here, so yeah, it has a bitter taste, but still, it's Dota.
It is Dota indeed, and first game did go about 55 minutes. As well, unfortunately so, but as always in Southeast Asian Dota, mistakes were made by both sides. Definitely didn't have clean plays, but in the end, Execration just Medusa and Slark late game up against pretty much a solo Huskar. Just Burster didn't stand a chance once it went like past 50 minutes.
Yeah, I was just about to ask who won, but yeah, Execration is 1-0 up against Burster here. Okay, let's see. What else did they draft first game? Fill me in.
It was, whoa, man, remembering all of it. Vengeful
I can't
Spirit for Burster, with Huskar, Invoker, Clockwork, plus 1 support, which I can't remember at the moment.
Well, a Huskar, that would have been amazing for Grandis. He's always so excited, like a little boy with
yeah, I was
candy.
as well, but just the Huskar got great farm, everybody else though kind of didn't. For Execration, they had an Axe, Lion, Skyriff Mage, Medusa, and the Slark though.
So, pretty much a solid draft,
Yes.
not like Burster
And
going really...
that Huskar was most likely a random because they ran out of reserve time. And like 1 second after reserve time ended, the Huskar appeared. Although it wasn't like the worst pick because they were up against Skyriff Mage and Lion. So it was like decent-ish. But even then, it most likely was a random pick.
Yeah, and let's see. I mean, now we have to troll out the Storm out. I guess that's just team preference because it's usually not a hero to ban first. Well, Axe, understandable. The Jugger is still in. In my opinion, the Jugger is always the first ban material, like in the current metas. I mean, the meta is so stable right now. Jugger, I don't know. It's just pain in the butt. Always. Whenever I see Jugger, it's just pain. But yep.
I mean, even if you win the game against Jugger, it's like never gonna be easy.
Yep.
But Execration instead, picking up a Vengeful for now. They could quite easily go for a Sniper second pick, because Storm Spirit already out of the pool. Same for the Sniper. Burster, of course, if they want to, they can go for an early Clockwork, for example, or they could pick up the Sniper themselves quite easily if they really want to. Shadow Fiend, of course, in the pool out of the more popular heroes, but Juggernaut, Lion, definitely solid ones as well.
Yeah, I mean, Vengeful Spirit, you can't do anything wrong with picking Vengeful Spirit. It's overall awesome support. Gives you nice utility, plus damage, not just an aura, also in minus armor. The swap is a nice utility against BKB, TPs, and of course the stun, early roaming. I mean, that hero in the current meta, it's one of the most solid support picks you can really do. That's why we see her. I think he's one of the most first picked support heroes overall stats-wise.
You're probably so. It may be like up there even in the most like first picked heroes in general at the moment for the past month or so, maybe a little bit more even. It's just like you said, so solid, has really the perfect toolkit for any situation. Burster though, they do start with a Lion and Queen of Pain, so I guess kind of living up to their name, because between those two heroes the burst is massive, and also having some of it being pure damage is excellent, because even if the BKBs come out, you may still be able to just kill them off.
Yep. And let's see. I mean, on the other side, we have the direct answer Lion coming out, which means we have another awesome support, bringing even more disabled than the Vengeful Spirit in direct comparison. Is a bit more squishy, less armor, less strength gain overall, and a Queen of Pain. So we have our candidate for the mid already. But of course, the Queen of Pain comes relatively early, which means Execration has the option of, you know, doing something against heavy magic damage, which is already coming out. I mean, we have the Lion, we have the Queen of Pain. So let's see if we see something in that direction, something tanky, maybe a Rubik as a second support.
That's something tanky for you?
No, I mean like something tanky or a Rubik, as in like something against magic damage, or maybe they just go for a normal draft and just adapt with the items.
They could pick up like a Bristleback, for example, just get even more minus armor going, make for like really easy Roshians for them.
By the way, have you noticed that like Pipe is one of the least built items at the moment? Like when was the last time you actually seen a pipe being built?
Earlier today by
Okay.
Execration themselves, I think it was.
Okay, without today. No, but I mean, like, overall the scene, like, pipe, I don't know why, but, like, even in those magic-heavy lineups, we barely see pipe as an answer, so that item is kind of lost a bit focus, even though I still like it.
I see, like, I see it a reasonable amount, but I think there's, like, only a handful of heroes who can build it and have it make sense on the hero at the same time. It's just, like, on a support, you're just not going to be able to farm it for the most part, or as a range support you want to stay in the back lines a little bit more soon. You may not be able to activate the pipe on everybody, for example. That's like one issue, and if you're a bristleback, it's just so mana intensive for you, for example. They should buff pipe somehow to really make it more viable.
What's also interesting for me is that, like, picking the Medusa directly into a lion, knowing that the lion will, at least earlier in the game, be in a position where he can actually drain tons of mana from you, which is obviously half your HP, or plus half your HP, effectively. But let's see. I mean, first of all, we have the second bun rotation, and, well, Sniper it is, and Avoid on the other side. So they're banning cores at the moment.
It only makes sense. I mean, Sniper is probably one of the premier carry heroes as well. You can just stay safe relatively easily, and if not, it just forces your enemy team to draft heroes that they otherwise may not want to go for, like Clockwork, for example, or just heroes that can jump the backlines somehow. Storm Spirit, of course, already removed, so that would make it harder. They even ban out an Anti-Mage, which also is kind of a counter against the Medusa. But not only that, Execration, they may not get the heroes that have like a mass amount of lockdown. So Anti-Mage, banning that out because of that fact as well might be like one of the reasons.
Yeah, I think the anti-mage ban was absolutely necessity. If you just picture that Medusa, like, if you actually get hexed, stunned, not getting your ultimate off, by the time you come out of the hex and the stun by a lion, maybe even a mana drain of him, plus, of course, the anti-mage hitting you, you might not even have enough mana left for your Stone Gaze, which is always, you know, the last resort, pretty much. You always want to use it, I don't know, when you're at least getting caught on lane. It's like, oh my god, I gotta run away, Stone Gaze, and...
Well, Stone Gaze is... I mean, Medusa, he's pretty tanky thanks to the mana shield already as it is, but he can definitely outlive a lot of just damage purely because of the Stone Gaze is activated. Because even if you don't want to right-click, even if you want to, let's say, Sonic Wave as the Queen of Pain onto the Medusa, you're still going to get petrified or at least slowed down by it by a little bit. So nobody really wants to face the Medusa during the Stone Gaze, even if you're like a spell-based hero.
Yep.
But Burster, they're really ticking down on the reserve time here. I mean, they could easily just pick up a secondary support, whether it be like a Witch Doctor, possibly even an Ancient Apparition, but it's going to be an Earthshaker instead.
I guess you can't do anything wrong with the Earthshaker, even though, I don't know, like that Dusa eventually getting a Skadi. The problem is with your Earthshaker, once you blew your load, it's like, well, when you're there, you don't really get out anymore. That's the problem. But a Draw Ranger, okay. Draw Ranger is quite interesting. I mean, there are already two heroes benefiting from you being around, but, well, it's also kind of greedy. I mean, benching on a Medusa, trying to get her through, and a Draw Ranger trying to carry her with you, I'm not sure if that really works out. Especially the Queen of Pain. I mean, Lion, Queen of Pain, Earthshaker, that Draw Ranger is just food.
Well, she's food only if the blinks come out early enough on the Lion and the Earthshaker. If the Draw manages to farm up like Boots, Aquila, Yasha, and then maybe PKB, might all of a sudden be completely fine with the PKB being there for her. And I really doubt that he's going to be like too close, but Burster now, even if I go for a Nyx off lane, I have to say, as good as the Nyx Assassin may be against the Medusa, most times I see Nyx Assassin picked up, they're just complete failures.
Yeah, I don't know, like Nyx Assassin is for a good reason not popular in this meta, and actually if we look back, when was the last meta where Nyx Assassin actually played a role? Like it was long ago. I mean, here and there some team tried to pick it up just for the lulz or the surprise whatsoever, And I mean, with this means Drow Ranger, Visage combination gets through. That is a nice synergy in itself. Medusa, Vengeful Spirit, they also benefit from it. We have additional slow now. We have actually 2 slows. Ascari on a Medusa will make the 3rd one. We have a stun, a swap. So range, well, they won't have any problem catching up to anyone. And that Nyx Assassin, to make him work, you really need early ganks on Visage and Drow and Vengeful Spirit. Then again, Visage and Vengeful Spirit are also kind of hard to gank. The Drow is probably what you focus, but Execration knows this, so there will be like a fortress of heroes around this Drow Ranger protecting him.
Yeah, probably so. And Visage, of course, if you get the Gravekeeper's Cloak high enough in levels, you're pretty durable to just Magic Burst, physical as well at the same time, but even a Finger of Death might not like hurt Visage all that much, for example. Not that you would want to focus that hero anyway. And even if the Visage dies, it just gives or makes it easier for Visage to control the familiars afterwards.
Yeah.
But
well, the good thing about familiars is, for example, I mean, just imagine the oh my god, Meepo's coming in, but just imagine the Earthshaker, for example, coming in, blinking in, making the initiation. The good thing about familiars, they're not stunned whatsoever, so Visage can actually interrupt the Earthshaker combo there before he actually gets anything in, like Fissure and Chant Totem after the Acro Slam. That is quite interesting, at least in a big clash fight. So this Drow might not be stunned to death. But then again, now that we have nets as well by the Meepo, interesting. And a Beastmaster is coming through. Okay, it's the first non-ranged hero for them. So not benefiting too much from Mr. Drow Ranger. But then again, it's a nice AoE stun. Yeah. Let's see. I don't see it fitting, to be honest, but that's another story.
I like Beastmasters because it's, with the help of the Beastmaster, it is so easy to single out that one Meepo, kill the one Meepo, and well, with that, all the others die as well. Plus, Beastmaster having the Wild Axes doing physical damage can hugely benefit from Medallion. Most Beastmasters go for it themselves, but since they do have that Visage on the lineup, quite easily could pick up the Medallion instead of the Beastmaster. Just have Beastmaster go for maybe even early boost of travels. Also, extra lockdown for Queen of Pain, which so far they would only have a Gust, Vengeful Spirits, Magic Missile, and just familiar drop downs, the stone forms. So lockdown wise, they weren't all that hot before then. And Hawk, if you just scout out Queen of Pain coming or Meepo coming, it should be rather easy to keep the Drow safe, because I think Meepo or Nyx Assassin at the moment the scarier things against the Drow, but Nyx, with the item build he has, is this a mid lane Nyx?
I mean, it would be interesting, and it's a nice answer to the Dusa, at least earlier on, because of the mana burn, but it will fall off just because of the range versus melee advantage or disadvantage, depends on which side you're looking at.
I mean, Medusa mid lane isn't that threatening to a Nyx Assassin, because Nyx does start with a pretty solid 4 base armor, and may not be the worst lane, but also you get guaranteed XP. I may even like this a little bit more than that off lane one, because if it's Queen of Pain off lane, should quite easily be able to blink away from danger if necessary. So if they lane it like this, I'm kind of a fan of that. But to introduce the lineups as well, so for Burster, they're gonna have From When and Until When on the Meepo, leaving Ian on the Lion, with Iyun on the Earthshaker, Lun playing the Nyx Assassin, and last is going to be VR Cat on the Queen of Pain.
Oh god, and you leave me with the names I can't pronounce. We have Yai Doto on Judge?
Okay. It's just J backwards, pretty much.
Oh, okay. So, he's on the Beastmaster, Jules in the mid on the Medusa, finally a name I know, Fox playing the Visage, we have Primo on the Drow, and last but not least is Kimo, or Kimo, English, rip?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he's called Kimo, at least most people say it like that, so...
Yeah.
So
and you were wrong, by the way. It's an offline co-op, but you were right about the Nyx. I mean, it was the logical conclusion, but it's very interesting to see this.
Well, he's already managed to just completely drain Jules out of his mana, so that's nice in itself, of course. And he already has his bottle as well, thanks to the early bottle rush, just only having 3 branches and 2 tango shared to him. So it's gonna be rather fine. Even gets his stun, so he's playing it correctly. Of course, last hit wise is a little bit behind, but with the bottle coming up, it's gonna be a little bit easier. But if you just look at the lineups, which side would you just bet on to take this game?
I mean, Execration wins this if this goes late, but the potential of Burster to actually burst them, that's pretty high. So mid game goes to Burster unless they feed early game too much.
It's just also this Meepo, if he gets the Blink Dagger early enough, if like Lion or Earthshaker, either one of those gets a Blink Dagger within a reasonable timing, really their initiation power, just with Nyx Assassin jumping in, the follow-up like Blink Poofs for example, it is just so easy for them to get a single kill. Execration, they don't have like a Dazzle with a Shallow Grave to save anybody or clutch like Shadow Demon Disruption, anything like that. So like I said, mid-game, they should be pretty damn strong, and looking at the offlaners at the moment, because Queen of Pain definitely does need those levels to start doing the damage. Ace level 2, Beastmaster about the same, so not struggling too much.
The Beastmaster actually was pretty close to either killing the Earthshaker or mid. Well, that's an interesting fight here. The invisibility rune used on the Nyx, but he doesn't use the second charge, so he can't really come back with anything. Now we have bottle on both, so I think, well, balance is restored on that lane. What I worry the most about is actually the Queen of Pain, because if we have the Drow Ranger going for just 1 point in Gust, stun followed up by a Gust and a slow by the Visage, not to mention of course Soul Assumption, that's enough to kill a Queen of Pain anytime. All they need is the initial stun, right click, Gust, and that's it. So let's see where this one is going.
Yeah, probably that's exactly why VRCat is playing it. This is just so safe. Usually it's like, oh, I have Blink, I'm fine. I'm gonna survive no matter what, but really staying far back. He sees one hero approach, just blinks away already as it is. So he's gonna struggle a little bit, and it's definitely gonna hurt them in the long run. But I think Queen of Pain may be able to accomplish a little bit more with limited amount of farm and XP compared to like Nyx Assassin, who would be offlane and could get wrecked
Talk
even
about
more.
the Nyx. I think the Nyx is gonna get some support in the mid. We have a smoke coming out here. Lion and Earthshaker, a double stun combination on a Dusa who has only like 10% mana. All they need is 1 stun by the Nyx. There's the Fissure, the follow up by the Nyx, and now we have the Lion coming in. The question is, right clicks enough? Yes or no? It doesn't seem like it. They really have to dive for under the tower, so that Dusa surviving. Did not expect.
Yeah, Loon just lacked the mana for a mana burn as well. Had he gotten the mana burn straight to follow up that Impale, probably would have been enough, I think.
Yep. It was a fresh smoke, so in theory they could have waited till his bottle arrives, but then again, it's not even a flying courier at the moment, so that would have taken ages.
And them plebs walking couriers is flying now, so it's gonna come out. What is this courier, right? I think I've seen it before, probably.
Look at the Beastmaster. He's going ham against that Meepo here at the moment, like 2 boars plus a Beastmaster. The boar, was it the last patch or the patch before where the boar even received some more damage? So it's quite nasty actually. And since you're slowed all the time, it's pretty hilarious. Going against the boar as a single hero, it just sucks.
Yeah, can't really underestimate those, and just Beastmaster all in all, a pretty dominant hero if it's a 1v1 matchup like against a melee. Meepo can't really do all that much about it, but he does have one Meepo farming up the jungle, so already has hit at level 5. We're gonna get to see how well this just particular player does handle the Meepo soon enough. Of course at the moment it's only 2 Meepos and not that much micro involved.
Look at top, they're going for push mode here. They say like, okay, sure, Queen of Pain can't really do anything on lane, and that's exactly the case. She's only level 3, had to be passive all the time, and now the Earthshaker is soaking some... No, actually it's the Lion soaking up some XP there as well. They're gonna continue pushing here. There's no reason to stop.
I think like best case scenario for Burster is get the tower deny. Ian comes in as well. They're gonna try to go for the kills. TP in as well from a Nyx Assassin. Has the Vendetta. Nice double impale as well. Fox should be an easy kill all alone. Not using the Vendetta. First blood thrown by him. Chemo gets the Queen of Pain, but shortly after dies himself. So that was a really nice defense. Just perfect impale as well. Didn't even have enough mana for the Vendetta, but didn't even need it either.
Yeah, only losing the Queen of Pain here, but she got the experience of a double kill before, and then of 1 kill, and then the Vengeful Spirit still died to the tower. That was the biggest thing. Like this stun, the double stun actually coming out, while there were no creeps left anymore. That was just sick. The tower did probably most of the damage in this fight. That's pretty much the reason why Burster had such an amazing fight besides the stun. So exactly what they need right at this point. 2-1, the first blood as well goes to Burster. And the Meepo is farm in the meantime. Being level 6 now, well, let's see. I mean, he should, if he's not disturbed, the snowball should start soon because he can actually start jungling plus the lane. Look at this.
Well, forces out the Primal Roar, although he's going to lose his life, I think. Oh, wow.
Whoa. That was a bit too greedy by Mr. Meepo. We were just talking about the snowball, but that snowball melted. But oh, look in the mid. Nice range Fisher here on an already low Medusa, and yeah, that's it. Even this time, the Nyx could have died. Like Dover? Could have? Dove. Yeah, I think that's it. Rip English.
So.
No, but like, yeah, he had a haste rune. That was an easy kill, regardless of a follow-up stun or not.
Medusa, even with that death, still has quite a bit of last hits, at least comparing that to the Nyx Assassin, so it's nice. Beastmaster, of course, has so much more than the Queen of Pain does. Although Queen of Pain getting a slightly easier time now that the supports have left the lane. Meepo coming back as well, together with the Lion, who, being level 5, not all that bad. So Lion getting level 6 with the Finger of Death is gonna make for easy kills. Nyx Assassin mid lane, out of mana, probably from the Mystic Snake, I would think. But for this Meepo, would you like to see Aghanims first or straight Blink?
I'm not quite sure, but judging by his gold at the moment, I think this is a Blink Dagger right away. But I like the approach of Execration here. They're saying like, yo guys, we got the heroes, we got the late game for sure. Now just make sure we get early some gold in. 2 of the towers are already below.
Primal Roar comes out bottom lane just before he got the poof out. Magic Missile, Soul Assumption.
Yeah, same story all over again. And at the same time, also the Draw Ranger getting top tower. What I just wanted to mention, they get tons of gold early on. Oh, but look at this. At least they get the revenge on the Beastmaster here, and maybe even on the Vengeful Spirit. Nobody is actually hitting the next, so no follow-up stun. The Fisher is actually on the Visage, not on the Vengeful Spirit, and the Vengeful still gets the Lion. That's bad news. The Earthshaker running away with 4 HP.
Not
Jesus
even close.
Christ.
Not even close.
Not even close, no.
Oh, mid lane. Queen of Pain probably tried to deny the tower, but Jules popped the Stone Gaze, forced the blink out from the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain also almost died like a minute before, just before Drow got the tier 1. There was a gust, like 3 attacks, and Drow dropped down to 17 HP. Or the Queen of Pain dropped down, but oh, Earthbind into Drow Ranger now. Poof's coming out. Can he kill one Meepo? I don't think he can focus fire enough, especially not with that Earthspike and Hex
It was
coming
close
out.
though. 2 hits away from the Meepo actually
If
being
it would have
dead
been
here.
like man fight, he would have won it, or she would have won it.
Yeah, definitely. But still, it doesn't change the fact, even though the Drow dies here, he got a tier 1 tower before, free farm for about 2 minutes. The same goes for the Dusa. Look at, Jesus Christ, look at Dusa's farm. And she got elasted on the tower as well while they were fighting bottom. So for Execration, it's going exactly as planned. Like the cores are getting the farm, the rest of the action is taken by the supports and the Beastmaster, and even there it's going well for them.
And this Meepo, he went for a third option. He went for Boots of Travels first.
Okay, that's... I don't know, I just don't see it. But oh, another stun here on the poor Nyx, but he is invisible this time.
And Vendetta can be nice, both aggressively and defensively. And since they don't carry detection on Execration on the bottom side...
Oh, they actually
mind.
do.
Sentry is down. Chemo to the rescue.
Yeah, that sentry directly on the dying tower where the Nyx was thinking about maybe getting the Nigh off, but it was too risky. I think he would have died. Even with the Spike Carapace, they had enough follow-up, I think.
I really like how Execration are really defending their tower kills. They're not afraid to like pop ultimates, pop a random sentry or whatever to just make sure that the tower does not get denied.
Oh, but now it's getting hairy here in that Radiant jungle.
Well, nobody's gonna run into them directly. Primal Roar on cooldown as well, but Beastmaster's like, sweet! Enemy farm. It tastes so much better when it's from the enemy jungle.
Yep. The biggest problem we have at the moment at Execration is just so much earlier online, even though they don't have like an early game, and the smoke just happened. Did those birds see that smoke? I think they did. At least everybody is going back. Yeah, I think those birds spotted it out.
Oh, just Burster can't find much of anything. They even have a 2-kill lead, but looking at the graphs, it's a 4k plus net worth lead for Execration. XP, a little bit less so, I guess. Kills definitely make the XP difference, but Lun now is in the Roche pit. So many units around, but nobody knows Nyx Assassin is there.
Yeah, well, the Dusa is invisible too, so nobody knows anything here at the moment. That's pretty hilarious. They're standing next to each other. He's testing for wards, but if... Oh my god, that finger here. He wants to get that vengeful kill, and he actually gets it, but the Stone Gaze, never mind. He's still alive somehow, finally getting the kill. The Beastmaster going for the stun. The Queen of Pain is actually the target, but they don't have enough follow-up, or do they? Never mind that. I actually thought she still has Blink. 3 for 1, just a measly little Vengeful Spirit, and they can follow up with Roshan. Meepo wasn't even part of that fight. He didn't bother at all. And I don't know where this one is going, but it's not going in the direction of Burster.
It's just the fact that Queen of Pain, such low levels, doesn't have the necessary burster. Without the Queen of Pain, they wouldn't have even gotten that one kill on the Vengeful, to be honest. The Sonic Wave finished it up. Oh, Yaj dropped so low to the slam of Roshan, but does survive, ages into Primo. Just gonna give that safety to the Drow Ranger, and Yasha will also be finished in about 400 gold.
What is the Deucer going for? Point booster?
Oh, he went for it last game as well. It was just point booster into Yasha, back into Skadi.
Okay, I guess yeah, boosting the stats overall. Even though I'm more of a fan of like the overall stats. Like I mean, if you buy those two, you can have it like all in one with the ultimate orb and be directly on the way. I mean, most pro players go directly for this Skadi rush. I mean, there are only 2 heroes that go for
usually
direct
it's like Yasha
Skadi.
into Skadi.
Yeah, something like that. It's pretty much Slark and Duza that always go for that. But yeah, he's taken another approach, so sure, why not?
It is a little bit more cost effective than going for the full ultimate orb, so I got to hand him that. But Yasha is pretty nice then again, at the moment. If you like get caught, you're probably not going to be able to outrun them even with a Yasha. So it's like, screw it, I'm going to get some extra tank, because it does of course give you an extra mana pool as well, which increases your mana shield value. But look at Yaj, scouting out with the Hawk now, has the Blink Primal Roar ready. This Beastmaster is way too farmed. Of course Queen of Pain, level wise, all these 2 levels behind and about 1.2k net worth of the Beastmaster.
Yeah,
So,
and you were saying it in the draft as well, that it's a lot about the blinks, and the problem is the first blink in the game comes out by the Beastmaster, and the others, they're so far away, it's not even worth to talk about it. I mean, Lion and Earthshaker, they're happy if they have gold for wards at the moment.
well, they probably won't get the gold unless this gank works out. They're coming in from the side, it's a nice idea, but Nyx Assassin has to pull it off. Fisher lands on free, but Stone Gaze is there. Sonic Wave does a little bit, but where's the damage now? All of it was spent already, and well, Stone Gaze onto Lune, who is still in the Vendetta. Ian, nice Earth Spike, but Primo is left in the backlines. But it's only an Aegis, and even the Meepo almost loses his life. Chemo, oh, he wanted that so bad with the swap. In the end, they will kill Meepo regardless. I mean, nice idea, but just complete fail in the end.
They might even follow up here on the Nyx because he's slow, the Axis, he's trying to do something, but even the stick can't help him. That's another tier 2 tower, 4 heroes lost, all that just for an Aegis. Like, I don't want to be like the pessimist, even though I'm pessimistic by nature, but this is really bad. Like, a late game draft that wins early game, I don't think Burster can come back on this one here.
They probably can't. I mean, if Meepo had a blink, it could be a little bit better, but doesn't even have the Aghanim's finished yet. Boots of Travels are nice, but he just hasn't been split pushing enough to kind of make Execration have to refocus their attention somewhere else. Haven't really forced them back in. Nice Fisher again lands on 4. Echo Slam is there, and the Finger of Death secures 1 kill. And well, they do save Rax for now, so it's somewhat fine, but they need to get something more.
Yeah, but even that was a close call. Let's see. Oh my god, that poor Nyx Assassin running directly under that sentry. The question is now, can they still do something? The Vengeful Spirit is down, so that's good news, but they have to pay with the Earthshaker for it. The Nyx Assassin suddenly surrounded by 3, going for a Ghost Scepter, but, well, Vicious says, sure, go for that Ghost Scepter. I got Soul Assumption. I'm happy about any damage bonus I can take. In the meantime, sure, Meepo is pushing, but sorry, like, a BOT first item Meepo in all these fights, it just doesn't do anything.
I've seen it like a couple of times work out, but you really do need to just keep on split pushing with that in that case, and the rest of your team needs to be able to create a little bit more space for the Meepo. If used correctly, it can result in like a greater amount of farm than maybe even a straight out Aghanims would, but it needs to be a really like perfect Meepo game, perfect situation for that, and with the aggression of Execration, with them having a Blink Primal Roar for some time now, it's just really far from that kind of a situation. Also, Lune going for the Ghost Scepter means that there's no Blink in Nyx Assassin. Well, Aghanims being built on Queen of Pain, which is decent-ish, but still about halfway done for it. I just don't know. Execration looking so solid, and
the problem about this Meepo pick is that they just don't have Like, I mean, the Meepo, sure, split pushing, farming the jungle, farming the lane and everything. Besides the fact that he's always on the observer board, so they actually see what's going on. They only need 2 people to gank him. Like, almost everybody of them has the ability to interrupt the Meepo poofing. Like, and that was the 5th pick. So they picked this Meepo into a Vengeful Spirit, into a Beastmaster, into a Draw Ranger Gust, and even the Familiar Stun. So 4 heroes were already on the table when they picked the Meepo, knowing that, like, any combination of 2 would be just enough. But oh, let's see. That Dosa. That's a bad direction.
X is there. Earthspark to follow, but he's on the wrong side. Got the Stone Gaze off. And all with the Stone Gaze suddenly. You're kidding me, right? If you can't kill that hero as 4, it's just tap out GG. It's like, really?
Yeah, the Fissure placement was really bad. Like, if they managed to stun her on the other side of the Fissure, a longer way for her to run, maybe a slow by Shadow Strike, Queen of Pain, that might have done the trick.
They just need to get the stun lock before the Stone Gaze, I think.
Yeah, but they just didn't manage to
Finger
do
of
so.
Death was also on cooldown, so that probably played a part in it. Otherwise, you get a couple of stuns, use the Finger of Death, and that way you may be able to, at least for now, burn enough mana from the mana shield to make it so that there's not enough for a Stone Gaze anymore. But it's just difficult, and in the meantime they lose another tier 2 tower. It's just so easy with a Visage throw combination.
Yeah, and that Meepo, is the Meepo getting anything else? Aghanim's Scepter, but he got nothing else, so if he even dies in the next fight... To be honest, like, I mean, sure, the players don't know what the situation of Burster is, but looking at the gold and buyback status at the moment of Burster, if Execration knew about this, they should push right now. There's not much up. They could probably secure the top racks, which would put... yeah, Burster would be under so much pressure alone by the top lane, plus that less farm. I mean, in the long run, Execration wins, but every minute this is going by. Yep.
It's just way too easy for them to handle the Meepo. Like you already said, there's just so much on Execration. And well, they keep on getting the farm. BKB finished on the draw, that's like relative safety against everything. Yes, the Sonic Wave still goes through, but Sonic Wave by itself will not be enough damage. They really need the Blink Hex now to make it so that the BKB doesn't even come out. And well, top lane Primo will run away for now from a Meepo. Meepo does cancel Boots of Travels on the main one, but doesn't matter that much. He has so many more just Boots of Travels there. Fox though in a lot of trouble. Lun scouts him out. He does have an Aghanim Scepter flying out, but there's the Vendetta. Impale to follow. Blink. Sonic Wave spent for just a support. Stone Gaze was also used at the same time, which was kind of wasted, but the stun into VR Cat. Mystic Snake as well. Primal Roar will follow up. They should have enough to get the kill, and with the Stone Forms they do. Oh, the swap back onto a stunned Nyx Assassin. So in the end, still a bad trade for Burster.
Yep, the Vengeful Spirit making the plays here, and I mean behind them they have like 2 cores, and the cores, I mean this is so sad to see. We're 20 minutes in and the cores are like full of farm. Burster just couldn't shut them down, and if everything goes fine, all they have to do is really right click, maybe pop Stone Gaze if it's going the other direction, and that's pretty much it. So all outer towers are down. Top, we don't even have a protection by tier 3 anymore. I just don't see this. A split pushing Meepo, nope. Because at this point, for example, the Draw Ranger or the Dosa, they could probably solo the Meepo as well. Considering, okay, Dosa probably needs the Stone Gaze for it. But the Draw, for example, pop in the BKB and then just right clicking one Meepo should do the trick.
It's just like BKB, cast Mask of Madness and kill one Meepo and you're done. But Lion does have the blink now, so it may be able to at least delay things out for them to just try to farm up the Meepo a little bit more. And I have seen games before as well that get completely turned around just by the fact that Meepo does get the blink dagger finished. I'm probably not overly convinced that this will be one of those games, but at least it will give them a chance.
Nope, I just don't see it happening. And at the moment, calling the split push, like, Visage is also doing a good job. Like, Meepo tried to push, put some pressure on the top lane, making sure they're not pushing in there. But instead we have the Familiars pushing there, and they just wait till Meepo goes away, and then they just repeat it. So there's no way Burster can even put some pressure on it, getting maybe a tier 2 tower or something. But, I mean, talking about towers, like, Execration still has that tier 1 towers in 2 lanes. In the meantime, they're already knocking on tier 3 towers on the other side. I don't know where this one is going. Looking at the crafts, I mean, experience, okay, that's something you can't overcome. That's, I guess, 6k or 7.5k. Sure, one bad fight, and that might do the trick. But in gold, we're talking about 14k by now. This is 20 minutes in. It's not gonna get better with this Roshan that's happening right now, and the map control on top of it. So the gold is the biggest problem at the moment for Burster. Even if on paper they could win a fight, they're just fighting into heroes that are higher level, way more farmed, and of course now equipped with the Aegis.
So they give it to the Drow. Drow picks up a Blink now as well after this. He's gonna have to just give away one item. Is it the Ring of Aquila that she's gonna drop for the Blink Dagger for now, or is she not gonna pick the Blink Dagger up? Never mind. She sold the Blink Dagger again, so not gonna be a Blink, gonna be the SMY finished instead.
Yep. 10 and 15, like, for people that just joined this game here, first of all, welcome on the stream, but second of all, oh, never mind that, hold that thought. Top, they want to go on that Medusa. Stonegaze is still up. Actually, no, it's not up anymore, but the Beastmaster's coming in from the side. The stun, the Meepo is trying to do something. The right clicks, is it enough? Nope. Soul Assumption putting an end to this, and now, oh, next Assassin. 2 right clicks is absolutely enough. The idea was great, the mana burn was great. Problem is, support was there in time. Too bad, they needed that Dusa kill.
Yeah, really clutch Primal Roar just coming out. That had it been 1 second later, I think Dusa would have at least died herself as well. Maybe
and this is Rex probably. I mean, look at this. The Meepo 20 gold away from a buyback. The Nyx could come in, but of course Vendetta on cooldown. Well, it's coming back up, but no, this is Rex. Even Jesus, nope, they can't stop it.
Well, Ian, last guy win, Finger of Death, just wants to get rid of the Aegis, but can't even do that one. Suddenly, Sonic Wave on cooldown, Finger of Death on cooldown. They fail to secure the kill. How many urn charges do we have? Oh, no, 0. Vengeful Spirit 0 charges. So Prima at least won't get health from that, but she can. But
it doesn't even matter. I mean, level 1, level 1 Finger of Death on a draw ranger, just like random throwing it out. No, it just doesn't work. I mean, look at the stats. This is almost a 2k HP draw ranger. Really, what do you expect? Finger of Death doing anything there? I don't think so. Level 2, maybe with some follow-up, but Nyx Assassin running into 3, but Jesus. There is the vision already coming out, and the swap, I think that's pretty much it. Yes. He doesn't even use the Spike Carapace. That would have been a slim chance of getting further away. But yeah, he doesn't even get to this point.
So Execration, although they're ahead by miles, they're not going over aggressive at the moment. They're just gonna approach things slowly. Got the top racks now. They have Jules join it.
You own the map, so you can just sit back and, like, I don't know, laugh at the Meepo how he's trying to get some farm in, but overall, yeah, they close slowly but steadily. Bottom is the next one. Without the Nyx initiation, they can't really do anything else. We don't have Blink Daggers except for the Earthshaker. So let's see. A big Acro Slam and some nice follow-up. Maybe could.
But he can't Echo Slam the Familiars, although Familiars do go down to the Sonic Wave. That's a little bit sick, but Ian, well, he's gonna lose his own life, so no Blink Echo Slam after all.
Yep. And no Cliff, no nothing, so that's the second setup. Rex, Meepo is not even interested in that fight. Now he's TPing back because they have to. Oh, but, oh my god, they found another Meepo. He's outside of the base. Actually, the biggest fight is going on in the inside, but Meepo on the outside. Also, maybe he's dying. Never mind. I was just about to say, maybe he gets the Beastmaster pulling him into death, but nope, not even that works. This is game. This is really, all the buybacks are coming out now. If they die, that's completely over. This is Meepo buying back, Nyx buying back, and yeah, Nyx being the lone defender. GG, well played.
Throw does so much damage. He like 4-shotted Nyx Assassin, and well, 4 attacks per throw is just so fast. Blink Echo Slam is nice, but Primo still has the Aegis. He's gonna lose it eventually. But Jules, he's around there as well, and well, no supersized Mega Creeps yet. Execration didn't completely focus on the racks. A nice Sonic Wave as well. Aghanim Scepter buffed, of course, low cooldown. Lone Ghost Scepter's up is fine. Meerkat, not as much. Vendetta. Can they really kill Primo here? Maybe so. They're gonna try. Blink, Enchant, Totem. Oh, Hex as well. Earthspike will follow. It's gonna be the kill.
Jesus.
Come back.
I mean, they actually dragged this game on with a nice, perfect chaining of stun and disable spells, but I mean, they just delayed the inevitable, because like these 2 racks, like even by retting, just pushing in top and bottom, then Familiars going on the racks, like Cliff can be easily baited out, not to mention, even if Execration just throws all 5 heroes now against the racks, it's Mega Creeps. Like, I don't think it's very realistic to see these racks holding for very long.
It's probably not gonna happen. I mean, they can just clear up racks without even going to the base themselves. They just need to push the lane in on any lane, just to make it so that there's no backdoor protection. Activate Necro level 3, which is done on Yacht now and the Beastmaster. Send in the familiars. Although, Sonic Wave killing familiars is a thing. But familiars, if they even get like 2 seconds of attack time with precision or activated, it's racks down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Execration has now the choice between, like, I mean, still controlling the map, getting some more farm up, finding a pick, and then going into the base, or they even do it the Chinese mode, waiting for Roshan. But first in the mid, they want to go on the Medusa, but this is an easy turnaround now for Execration. All they need is one slow, and yeah, there it is. Soul Assumption, everything's coming through. The Ghost Scepter for now helping the poor Nyx Assassin, but, well, there's a Vengeful Spirit, and you suddenly find yourself in the arms of a Medusa. That's an ugly experience.
Well, they don't even have Blink Echo Slam, so probably all of their like chances down the drain. Queen of Pain ultimate also on cooldown. So, Mega Creeps. Meepo wants to come in, but preemptive Stone Gaze just forces the TP or Blink out.
Random Stone Gaze, just securing the racks are going down, that's it. So, yeah.
Burster though, still not holding GG. I don't know, Meepo so strong, gonna make a comeback. Well, they get one kill, so that's nice, but Meepo silenced up now, and look at the split shot! Sonic Wave, the animation, it looked like it killed the Meepo at the moment. It was like Sonic Wave flying over and then Meepo dying, but that Sonic Wave was pretty much a whiff, missed mostly everybody, only hit his own teammate. And
they're not GGing, like Dro is just going in, he's like, yo, Lion, I wanna get ya, but, well, Dro, he's coming back, probably with BOTs. No, actually he's not. Aw, that would have been so amazing. Like, if you instant buyback, then come back with BOTs, otherwise it's so anticlimactic.
It's useless that way to be honest, just to buy back, but nice double stuns, first the Impale, then the Eurospike onto 2. Ghost Scepter's keeping them alive, but Cat, well...
Wait, this is 3 Ghost Scepters at the moment. I mean, this is really bad news, and the Ghost Scepter was one of the first items even on a Nyx Assassin. This is always bad news if you have to equip your entire team with Ghost Scepters, otherwise you would die in seconds. Well, GG well played. It was a bit dragged out by Burster, but Execration finishing it here with a 2-0. And I don't know about the first game, if that was a ruffle stunt, but this one was well drafted. On paper, Burster had the early game and Execration the late game, but in practice, well, practical approach was pretty simple. Win just everything, early, mid, and late game.
Yeah, it really was like winning every single lane, and if that happens, you know, you're more or less screwed already. So guys, this was it for today. I don't think we have anything else coming up, at least, well, maybe later on in the evening. South American Challenge isn't gonna be up today either. So thank you for watching us. 2 sets of Execration. They do end the day on a score of 3-1. So they're looking pretty damn solid in getting that secondary position, unless First Departure pretty much win all of their games without losing a single one. Or well, First Departure can still lose 2 games, so it's gonna be pretty tight for the second spot. Team Ice should have that first spot on lockdown, I believe. But guys, we're done now, so hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, check us out on our Facebook and Twitter, HeflaTV for both, for future content, and of course, for the casters, at Couchor for me, and at Heflamoke for my co-caster and our manager. And any last words, Hefla?
No.
No, yeah. I thought you were AFK already, but well, with that, just a few songs to finish the stream, guys. And once again, thanks for tuning in.